Good morning, everybody. I'm just going to check and see, make sure everyone is here. You see Susan is on the screen. I mean, Chris is on the screen. Susan is live. Joyce is here. John is here. Chuck is here. Bill's here. Cindy's here. So we definitely have a quorum, more than a quorum of 4. So I'll take a motion, I'll entertain a motion to open the meeting.
So moved.
Second.
And we'll take a vote. Chris?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes?
Joyce?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Chuck?
Yep.
Bill? Yes. Perfect. Introduction to others. Did I say Cindy was here? I think I did.
You did.
Looks like I don't get to read public comment. I thought I might have to, but looks like I don't. First item, review and approve the January 23rd, 2023 meeting minutes. Thank you for documenting them, Chris. Entertain a motion.
Motion to approve the minutes as read.
Second.
Any discussion?
I just had one question. At the very bottom, we put establish January 23rd for the next meeting, which actually should be today's date, correct?
Yeah, that was corrected in the version that I sent you with the addition of Damon as well.
Okay, perfect.
Great, thank you, Chris. Okay, so I'll take a vote, a roll call vote. Chris?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
John?
Yeah.
Chuck?
Yep.
Bill? Yes. So those minutes are approved. Nice addition, Cindy. I was planning to have an update discussion for the Friends of the Newbury Council on Aging donation/recruitment event that was planned for October 2022. But I can tell you that we have not been updated by them. In fact, we have a tentative plan to have the next joint meeting with the Friends. The date is and the time is in flux still, I think, Cindy, correct?
It was supposed to be tomorrow evening, but neither board members can make that, so they're collaborating on when they can meet.
So I hope to get some information about that. We'll see what happens. Chairperson's report. No, homework assignment. I asked that everyone and the voting members submit to me 3 ideas to increase participation in the Council on Aging events prior to our next meeting, which will be on March 20th. Susan is not going to be in attendance on March 20th. She completed her homework yesterday. I got
I
it.
thought it was for today, and then I was like, oh, I didn't have to do that yet.
So she's ahead of the game. But so I will actually review those at the meeting on March 20th, because I think, recruitment is going to be huge for us. The clock is running, time is passing. We had I think 4+ years lease on the real estate downstairs, which is working out very nice, and I want to make sure we have some place to be after that lease expires. Either we'll continue, or I don't know what will happen, but the more participation we have, the better off we are in terms of lobbying for space, more space, or current space, all of the above, I think. I don't really have anything else in terms of the chairperson's report, but I know tomorrow is going to be dicey weather here. Chris, I'm sure you're heartbroken about that. 2 to 5 inches of snow are expected. Winds of 25 to 35 miles an hour starting tonight. So tomorrow is game day, and that's evolved to be a lot of fun. Even Damon came in and joined us one time. I don't know if he played, but he did have something to eat. So it's great socialization with people. I've met people there that I didn't know before, to the extent that they save a seat for everybody, and it's kind of nice. It's working out nice. I promised I'd play cribbage with a couple of people so they can beat me like everybody does usually for every game I play there. But
I love cribbage.
But if you can possibly make it, drop in, even if it's just to say hello. And tomorrow night is the select board meeting, at 7 o'clock, so that should be interesting. Game night stops at 6:30, and I usually come up at 7 o'clock for the select board meeting discussions. So, and what else? Cindy, you're gonna, I don't wanna take the wind out of your sails. You'll be talking about all these events, okay, which is great. I look forward to them. The director's report.
So we are in the middle of our newsletter right now. So our next newsletter is an April-May newsletter. So Kathy and I are working on that now so that we can fill that with a lot of new programs too. So right now, things that we have scheduled that have already been on the docket, like Bill was saying, game night is tomorrow night. We will watch the weather. Typically, when we have poor weather, folks don't come out. We will be here no matter what, unless the governor declares a state of emergency. The Council on Aging staff is there. I don't anticipate a state of emergency tomorrow. It's just 2 to 5 inches, so we'll be okay. But we will kind of play it by ear and see. You know, we had a meal planned. Our traveling chef meal was planned for last Thursday, and the catering company that did that had canceled on us, so we had to cancel that event. And a lot of people ended up calling us that morning to say, "Oh, I'm not going to come because of the weather." So, and that wasn't a ton of snow. So I'm a little nervous about tomorrow, but we'll play it by ear.
Just in case, John, do you have any meatballs left?
What time is that tomorrow?
4:30. So I haven't looked at the weather yet to see. I thought a lot of it was going to be kind of overnight tonight into tomorrow, so
It is,
we
yeah.
should be okay. The next one is scheduled for March 21st. And again, those start at 4:30. We have started a monthly blood pressure clinic. It's the first Monday of each month at 12 o'clock. So the March one will be on March 6th. Coffee with a Cop is scheduled for Wednesday, March 8th. The discussion this time is on home security. We did scams last time, and then we asked people what they kind of were interested in learning. And a lot of them talked about home security. So that is on Wednesday, March 8th at 10 a.m. Kathy has started these, I'm gonna call it coffee and conversation starters. So she did coffee and crosswords, she's done coffee and trivia, coffee and the next one I think is You Be the Judge. She has this book and it has all these different like real cases in them, and she'll review the case with you and then you decide if the person's guilty or not. But it's just kind of a neat conversation.
Judge Kathy.
Yes. And those, you just see the calendars for the dates. It's on the Wednesdays opposite the Coffee with a Cop. So Coffee with a Cop is, what did I say, the first month, or Wednesday, March 8th. I think that's the second Wednesday of the month. So the other Wednesdays, she will have some kind of coffee with a conversation event. Watercolors with Bill Duke for March is scheduled for March 14th. I believe that class is full, but call us if you're interested. We can put you on a wait list. The traveling chef meal is scheduled for this Wednesday, March 1st at 12 p.m. I believe it's shepherd's pie is the menu. We do celebrate the monthly birthdays now at the traveling chef meal. We just kind of have either cupcakes or cake, and we just kind of throw it out there to celebrate and, you know, happy birthday to anyone whose birthday is that month. That might evolve into something different, but for right now, that's kind of how we're acknowledging birthdays. St. Patrick's Day lunch at PETA Hall is scheduled for Wednesday, March 15th at 12 p.m. That event is full, but people can call us to get on a wait list. Gordon College Center for Balance seminar. They are coming back on Thursday, March 23rd at 1 o'clock. Andrew is a physical therapist. I believe he runs that department. He gives a good seminar talking about the importance of balance and exercise and ways to maintain your strength. It's important, you know, in terms of just your daily life, right?
Did Andrew do the first seminar?
Andrew did the first seminar.
I'll just jump in
Yes.
and say that my wife and I, Jerry and I, went to the first seminar, and Jerry was actually having problems with balance whenever she'd walk the dog. I think was probably an excuse to get me to walk the dog. But she actually enrolled at Gordon College into that program, and she thought it was great. I mean, she continued right through the whole process, and it really helped her out a lot.
And they give you exercises to do at home.
Exactly,
So
yeah.
it's not just, I go to this, this meeting with this physical therapist and I'm only doing the exercises there. They make it so that it's easy for you to maintain this at home. But this is just a seminar kind of to introduce people to, there's no obligation to sign up for anything. It's just really good information. And then I know in the past, Andrew has come back and done balanced screenings with folks. We didn't end up doing that last time, but we will talk with him because I think they were not coming out into the community to do balanced screenings, still because of COVID, but I think they're resuming that. So that will be something we'll look into with him. The Delvina Theater Group is coming on Monday, March 27th. The program is Meet Julia Child. That's at 1 o'clock. We do have a few spots left with the AARP Tax Aid volunteers. That is a one-day only, by appointment only program. It's on Monday, March 27th. So the AARP Tax Aid program is available in Newburyport, in Georgetown, in Groveland, several different communities, and they have it for a month and a half or something like that on specific days. Newbury did not have enough participation, I guess, to warrant it as a site, and then to make it a site, it's quite an extensive process. What they did was they gave us a one-day event where they have, I think, 4 volunteers. They have scheduled times that they will meet with people. Just give me a call, I will set you up to get your taxes done, free of charge. And it's a great program. So if you're interested in that, please give me a call. I do have some spots left. Our van is making weekly trips to Market Basket and other local destinations still. Additional Thursdays are being added at the van drivers as his schedule permits. Last week, for example, we were supposed to go on Thursday. We canceled that because of the weather. We have to take into account our people's homes shoveled, cleared out, so that they can safely get out of their home. I'm not worried about Market Basket being cleared, but I'm worried about them getting their groceries in and out of their home. A lot of them have a rolling walker or a cane. We take safety into account when we decide to cancel. So tomorrow morning we're scheduled to go. We're going to look at that. If that doesn't work, we might be able to bump it to the afternoon. If that doesn't work, we will talk to the driver and see if he can do an additional day this week on Thursday. I don't want there to be 2 weeks in a row of no shopping. So we're going to work on that. The weather, though, dictates. We do need volunteer NEAT drivers. That's a program that we are highly active in. A lot of our folks need rides to medical appointments. They don't have friends or family available to help them. The NEAT program is a volunteer driving program. People sign up to be volunteer drivers. Seniors can sign up to be riders. It's an awesome door-to-door service. The driver comes, they pick you up at your home, they drive you to your medical appointment, whether it's here in Newburyport or into Boston, or we've gone to Peabody, we've gone to Burlington, we've gone all around. It is at the whim of the volunteers though. So we have, I want to say there's 30 volunteer drivers. Maybe half of them are very active drivers. So there's a great need for it. So if anyone's interested in volunteering, that's a great program. Give us a call. We can connect you with NEAT to get you set up as a driver. As I mentioned, the next newsletter cycle is April-May, so we are working to get that out to the printer by, I want to say, the 10th of March is our plan to get that in. And just so you know, I did add the mission statement to the website. Our webpage is set up, I don't have like a specific section for the mission statement. So I asked Matt where I can sort of stick it, because I wanted it on the webpage. I think we had talked about that too. So it's on there, located under view contact information. So if you go to our main page where it has staff contact, right above it, it says our mission statement. I made it in kind of bigger font, so you can take a look at that, but I just wanted to make sure it was on there. And that's it.
I had some homework that I was overdue on, and I was looking for a piece of equipment that could fold the monthly bulletin, because that's a pretty labor-intensive thing. I mean, they get printed up, the calendar gets printed, somebody inserts the calendar into the booklet, and a few volunteers come and fold them in half and crease them, and then they seal them with two round sticky discs. I found a machine, but much to my chagrin, it could only handle 5 pages.
Yeah.
It could only hold 5 pages. So I was thinking, how many pages are in our bulletin? I think there are more than 12.
I think it's
So
12.
I was gonna maybe get one of the bulletins and mail it to these people and say, can you modify it somehow or do it, or I'll keep looking.
But if it's 12 pages, that's really 6 pieces of paper, so maybe it would
Well, that's
work.
right, it's double-sided.
It's double-sided, so maybe it would work.
And it can handle stapled documents.
It can?
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
Well, it's 6 pages plus the calendar would be 7.
well, you might have something, there may be hope, because it specified the weight of the paper that it could handle. And if this is maybe a lighter weight or a thinner paper,
Right.
maybe 6 versus 5 is not a problem, but I'm still checking that.
Okay.
It's not that I don't like to volunteer, but it's a pain in the butt to hold these things and to do a good job to crease them, but anyway, I'm always looking for efficiency,
We appreciate it.
yeah. Too many years at GE. Okay, new business. I'll start this way. Chuck, anything, new business? John?
No, other than getting on the bandwagon and pushing hard for the new location downstream. 4 years is 5 minutes.
Mm.
Yeah, the clock is ticking, like I said, yeah. Joyce?
No?
Susan?
No new business. I just have a question. I noticed there were a couple of articles in the Daily News recently about COAs. I think one was Amesbury, a special program they were doing for caregivers, I think.
Yeah, they have I think it's called the MHOT program. They have a social worker that's dedicated to doing like a,
We spoke directly to it. I know the caregiver well.
Yeah.
And she and I shared this. My wife was at Avita for 2 years, and Allison is one of their director group members. And we talked about, the requirement to take care of the caregivers, which is the folks left at home or that are caregivers at home. And it's a powerful syndrome. Creates the interruption of work, retirement years early, and all that implies. And she's highly skilled, and I've arranged a meeting between Cindy and Allison, and I think that'll be a terrific augment to what we're doing.
yeah, if it's something that we can bring, I'd love to do that.
Yeah.
I do want to make sure it's worth her while though, as well.
Was
so-
it giving the caretakers a day off or to?
I think it's
Well,
more
they talked about respite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, so this wouldn't be a respite situation. We're not equipped to handle that kind of thing, but it would be more or less guiding the caregivers on how to take care of themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If
I think at one point we had somebody come in and speak about that, because I know at that time Alba was a caregiver
Yeah.
and she went to that.
Yeah, I think it's important because people I don't think they realize how much strain they're under. They just
Right.
do, they just provide the care and not realizing that they too need.
That's what came out of the work with Allison.
Oh.
It's
wow.
called the Lonely Hearts Club now, and it's the people left behind. And it's remarkable. It's an institution that teaches you how to live when you're caregiving 24/7, getting 4 hours of sleep instead of 12 or 10 or 8.
It's hard.
You folks will excuse me, I have to leave a doctor's appointment
Good
at
luck with the doctor.
9:30, so I have to literally run.
Good luck to you.
Be careful.
Thank you all.
Do not slip and fall.
You,
Many years
Yeah,
on
no,
the
I
ice,
was
I'll be
just
good.
wondering about,
Yes.
like, that got some press in the paper, and then there was, does every town have its own COA?
Yes.
Yeah, that's required by state law, or just?
I don't know if it's, I would think,
I don't know, it's an
I have no
interesting
idea.
question.
that is an interesting question.
Yeah.
Probably the Massachusetts Council on Aging
Well, it
probably.
just seems like a lot of the towns are, like, like us, they're small, so, like, does every town
We all have our own. We
need,
all
have
Yeah,
its own,
yeah.
Yeah.
need its own? Is
Yeah.
there some kind of a regional thing?
The Massachusetts,
Yeah. Um,
Well, we collaborate a lot
Uh-huh,
on different ideas and things, but
Yeah.
as far as serving the residents of our town,
yeah.
we're all focused on.
Specifically.
But if somebody
our town.
from, like, Georgetown or Raleigh wanted to come to one of our events, they could.
I never turn anyone away.
Yeah.
Now, I will tell you something, John and I are kind of working together on this on pickleball. This is a hot sport right now, and there are some COAs that were open to anybody to come play pickleball, but because of the huge influx of interest, they've had to limit it to just their town's residents only. So I think depending on the program.
Well, I sent you the overview photograph of Governors, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 courts.
Yeah,
And I think if I understood the conversation I had with one of the instructors, they're wide open. The people who rent the campus for summer schooling do not use the tennis courts. So it's a.
so that's we're gonna work on that being an option, as well as using the basketball court over at Central Street playing field.
great
So,
idea.
It is a great idea.
That's something that we're working on for like a spring, summer, fall event
Yeah.
for outdoors. I do not have indoor space at this point.
Is that less strenuous than tennis?
Tennis.
Oh, yeah, it's a small court.
Great,
Yeah, it's
Net's a little bit
exactly
lower.
bifurcates a tennis court.
yeah.
And that's part of the rationale. And it's more of a badminton game than a tennis game.
Nice.
Yeah.
But a lot of fun, a lot of people are excited to start. We put it in the newsletter just asking if there was any interest, and I have, I think, 27 people on that list right now, so.
It's good.
And I think that would grow, once we get it scheduled and put it out there and
Yeah.
say, come and play.
We
I'm
can have
working with the-
tournaments.
Right, I'm working with the rec committee. They will purchase, they've talked about purchasing equipment, so that we can have that available for folks. And then that might turn into something bigger, townwide, other age groups using
Yeah, super.
as well, so. It's
Yeah, that's the comment that I just wrote down, literally for Bill's entreaty for 3 ideas, is that that'll drag the youth in, the 40-year-olds, the
Right.
30-year-olds,
right,
and their spouses and their kids.
exactly.
So they'll know what COA is, and
Yeah.
it's all part and parcel of, I think we should increase the mail list to every single household from the Village Trioon, Plum Island, Old Town, and Byfield. And age 65 shouldn't be the criterion, it's do you own a house and pay taxes, and whatever that cost in post is, we can raise that money somehow from the Friends,
Friends. Perhaps.
perhaps.
Susan, good discussion points there. Anything
Excellent.
else?
Thank you.
Chris?
Nope, nothing.
Nothing. All right. Do I need to have a vote to establish March 20th as the next meeting?
I don't think
I don't think I do. I don't.
No.
So moved.
Okay, so moved. Thank you. So seconded. All in favor?
Yay.
All set, Chris? You're in favor of that? Susan, you're in favor, you won't be here. John, Bill, yes. Okay, so March 20th. Now I'll entertain a motion to adjourn this meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Thank you. Chris?
Yes.
Susan?
Yes.
Joyce?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Bill? Yes. Thanks, everybody. Be careful driving later tonight, early tomorrow.